Hey everybody, it's Galmadex, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today's draft was previously streamed live at the Twitch channel in the link in the description below, so if you're wondering what's going on with my face on the screen and the chat on the screen as well, that's what's happening in today's video. Without further ado, let's get into the draft. Alright, here we are for our Pack 1, Pick 1. Not a super strong pack. Stockpiling Celebrant has some pretty great combos, some synergies. Vanguard is very recursive, very large for its mana cost. Probably just roll Vanguard. Flick a coin's fine, Sellsword's fine. Will doesn't really do anything outside of being just high stats for the mana cost. Could still rare draft the Will, just for collection purposes. Build like a life gain kind of deck in Constructed. Be kind of cute. I'm just going to take the Vanguard though. Get past a Welcome to Sweet Tooth and an Archon of the Wild Rose. They took a common here. Alright, whoever's on our right has some preferences of what they like to draft. And it is not green and it is not white. With Red Tooth Vanguard to start, I think we're just taking Welcome to Sweet Tooth. This is pretty busted for the mana cost. 2 mana for a 3/3 and a food token at worst. If you get more food synergies, it gets even better. It is an enchantment to trigger the Red Tooth Vanguard when it's in grave. I think I'm taking Welcome to Sweet Tooth. Archon is very strong as well, but it does require a bit more building around to do anything crazy. Otherwise, just a 4 mana 4/4 flyer. I'm just going to stick to green and take the card that doesn't need to be built around, but can be very easily. Now there's a Witch's Vanity in black, and green-black food is a great place to be, especially with Welcome to Sweet Tooth. Really nice 2-for-1 spell, where you blow up one of their cards, then you get like a half card of value twice in a row. You get a food token and a Wicked Roll. Yeah. We could also take Root Rider Fawn or Curse the Werefox if I want to just stick to mono green and not worry about a second color yet, but I think Witcher's Vanity is strong enough to get us pushing into another color. Pick 4, Imidane's Recruiter. Take the Mythic Uncommon? Yeah. I don't know about a whole pivot here, but maybe we're like red-green, splash a little bit of white with prisms or treasures or something. Grab like a ruby here, pushing to red-green. I think that's fine. We could also take the Red Cap Thief, because that would also push to red-green and give us the treasure token for the adventure. And Red Cap Thief is a little bit more open if we want to go like red-white or red-black or something instead of locking ourselves in on green like Ruby would. Ruby's definitely better than Red Cap Thief, but Red Cap Thief will fit into more decks. I'm going to take the Ruby here. Alright, pick 6. Totentan's pick 6 for red-black rat stuff. So Ginger Brute, there's a pick 6 Candy Grapple too? Wait, what am I doing here? What are we doing here? Probably Candy Grapple. Now I kind of wish I just took the Goblin Dork. These are some high quality packs. Yeah, now there's still a Vermin. There's still a Hamlet Glutton. The Vermin and a Glutton and a Flick a Coin. I guess we're taking Glutton here. It's really close on all 3 of these, because we've got great reasons to try to be red, great reasons to try to be black, solid reasons to try to be green. Okay, things are a little bit dry now. There's a cooped up. There's a lot of powerful cards in a lot of different colors in this draft pod. Just everywhere. I mean, that's just a cooped up, but we're not very likely in white. Flick a coin. Witch Stalker, if you are really, really slow and grindy, you don't have good 2-drops, you can play it, but I already have 2 2-drops if I'm just in green, and 3 if I'm in green-red, so I don't think Witch Stalker is that great. Pick 10. Not super excited to play any of these. Uprising or Ambush here, I think are the best two. They're fine. Take the Ambush. Boundary Lands Ranger would be good in green-red. If we are in that deck, Witch's Mark would be fine in any red deck. Firebolt's fine. And Bruiser is fine. Pack 2, pick 1. Probably Monstrous Rage. Candy Grapple as well is good. We have ended up just 2 cards into black, but they're 2 very premium cards. I think we take Monstrous Rage. Very heavy into red in terms of quantity. I guess the quality's not insane, because we're not excited about Bruiser or Firebolt. We've got Imidane's Recruiter, Ruby, Boundary Lands Ranger, Witch's Mark. Could get a Monstrous Rage in there. Lord Skitter's Blessing is fine. You do want to have a lot of roll production to go with it, so if your one card with a Wicked roll on it dies, you still get your card draw. I could really coin flip between this Monstrous Rage and this Grapple. I'm gonna go for the Rage. Another Hamlet Glutton, a Hollow Scavenger, a Minstrosity. Don't love these red cards, although Crescendo's fine. I think it's a green card again, Scavenger or Glutton. Check out that Creature Curve. Yeah, we can do another top end card here, I think. Glutton it up. It's looking pretty red, green, splash, white to me. Red Cap Thief's great. There's still candy grapples everywhere. Candy Grapple or Red Cap Thief. I like how Thief fits on the curve, and if we have like a food token or something, it leads into turn 4 Hamlet Glutton, which is wild. It also leaves behind a treasure if we draw an off-color adventure like Train Troops. Grapple's definitely the stronger card individually, but we are much heavier on red than black right now. I'm gonna go for the Thief. Return from the Wilds single-handedly gives us turn 4 Hamlet Glutton. Get a land and a 1/1, then sack the 1/1 next turn. Also fixes us for these off-color cards. Still a Hopeful Vigil, still a Shrouded Shepherd, Hopeless Nightmare, Rat Out. Very strong pack. Take a return here for this deck, though. Could do a little Black Splash for removal, maybe. Get an Evolving Wilds in here, too. So we have Evolving Wilds and Return from the Wilds. Or I could play a Scarecrow Guide. Either of these would be fine fixing. I'll take the Evolving Wilds, though. Twisted Fealty is great for aggro. Seems pretty fine. Bunch of extra damage in. Is it Splash Black off Evolving Wilds, or is it Splash White? We have one more removal spell in black than we have in white, but we have a white adventure that we could get. Let's probably cut in now. Get some removal in our main color. Hollow Scavenger is also very good, but cut in is excellent. And we're low on main color removal here. Another return from the wilds is fine. And this is all whatever. This is all whatever. We don't have a really wide board state for non-crescendo, so that's not going to be great. I mean, I guess it could play some bruisers. If we have double return from the wilds ramping into 5 drops, we could just play 5 mana 4/4s with haste. Expel the interlopers. It's just the Edgewall pack. 4 mana, 3/3 menace gives us the bargain fodder to go turn 4 Edgewall pack, turn 5 Hamlet Glutton. We play this, and next turn we can sack the rat for the Gluttons. If it's not a return from the wilds game. There's nothing great for the splash off of the Evolving Wilds double return. Yep. Edgewall pack seems good. Raging Battle Mouse is great. If we're casting 2 spells in 1 turn, it's making it a lot easier and cheaper to do that. Veteran's good too. Werefox is fine. Titanic Growth, Brave the Wilds are fine, but we'll take the Battle Mouse. Another Flick a Coin gives us another treasure. Don't think I have enough bargain to try to play around with Apprentice's Folly off a splash. Got a little bit with double Glutton. Triple Glutton? Taking that over Prism or something? A Root Rider Fawn or a Cut-In. I've got a Ruby and double return for ramp already. Cut-In gives me more great main deck removal. Well, main color removal, which is big. I'm going to actually take Cut-In over the Fawn. Although the Fawn fixing mana too is pretty cool. But if we get a Cut-In here, we might not even have to do any splashing, because the only thing we're splashing in is potentially removal. So if we just have multiple like Cut-Ins and Flick of Coins and a Fealty, then we could just get away with not splashing at all. Brave the Wilds or Harried Spearguard? I mean, at the point now that we've made it to a full, just straight green-red deck, where I think just Aggro Dork is pretty reasonable, or Merry Bards. We'll take Aggro Dork. 1 mana, 1/1 gem on in, replaces itself with bargain fodder when it dies, which is definitely useful. 14 creatures. We also have a Welcome to Sweet Tooth. It's kind of like 15. But it does feel like more creatures here. Grab a Oof. Grab a Daredevil. Another Witch's Mark. I don't know if this makes the cut in the end. Werefox definitely makes the cut. Very happy to see that. That fits really well in the curve, giving us another 4-drop and a trick on 2. Take some options that we're probably not using. Probably not using Witch Stalkers either. Alright, there were a lot of ways this draft could have gone. There was just a lot of high-quality stuff and a lot of colors here. We could have just went straight green-black from the start. Could have even ended up in, like, red-white. We saw a bunch of ashes late and some decent white cards early. Just was an excellent draft pod, really, all around. "16 creatures, 11 non-creatures," but we also have Welcome to Sweet Tooth being the 17th creature, and Return from the Wilds giving us a 1/1. Don't know if that really counts as a creature, but Sort of does. Cut 4 cards. Cut a Witch's Mark. We've got better 5-drops than Bruisers. Let's cut a Bruiser. Maybe cut both Bruisers. Bruisers, honestly. With triple Glutton, I think we keep double Return from the Wilds. Do want to keep the creature count high, but I feel like all of our non-creatures are much better than any creatures we'd be cutting here. We could cut something like a Daredevil. All that, though I guess the Daredevil works well with Ruby and the Ranger. Could try to do 16 lands here. I guess we've got some... We really need to hit 3 lands, but if we hit 3 lands, then, like, that is the vast majority of our deck. Plus, it gives us, like, 3 treasure-producing cards and 2 mana ramp cards. And we have a Witch's Mark that we might draw when we're mana screwed. For a little bit of card draw. Ruby's also mana ramp. Battle Mouse could reduce costs. Might be fine. I think we go even split here because we got to hit that double green on Glutton, and some of our green cards can find red sources. Although some of our red cards can give us treasures for green sources. But I think I like even split. Alright. I believe we are gonna call it... If I can move this into the right pile. I believe we're gonna call it a deck here. But I don't know what we're gonna call it as a deck. Just another triple Glutton pile. Just every deck I've ever drafted. Average Gauntlet deck. Just a pile of Gluttons. Alright. Wild Gluttons? That works too. Return from the Wilds into Glutton is the thing. This is a hand of pure joy. This is what I live for. I don't think I could actually keep it, though. Right? I would just Witch's Mark a Glutton and hope for the best. Discard 1 Glutton, draw 2. Just see what happens. That doesn't feel reasonable. Oh, wow. This also has no castable spells. If we don't hit a red source, we are losing. If we do, we can actually cast everything, at least, with this hand. Just mold a 5 right off the bat. Shuffler is mean. I don't love the oof much, but it's much more castable than a Glutton, and fealty really doesn't matter. If we don't have, like, card advantage to spare, we can't really afford to just active treason on 1 turn. And obviously, starting with a 5-card hand, we don't have extra cards to spare. Alchemist is annoying. Play Battle Mouse and the Oof next turn, which is kind of cute. Play the Oof and like anything next turn. Oops. Or not the Oof and anything, I can play the Battle Mouse and anything 2 mana next turn. Tangle Span. We need a 4th mana badly. Gotta kill that before they draw many cards off of it. Okay. I get to trade the Oof up into the 2/3 that draws cards. Let's go. They had the splashy spellcaster follow-up and they let me kill the Tangle Span? That's a wombo combo right there. Look out spellcaster, they just draw a card every time they cast an instant or sorcery. Beginning of combat if 2 or more entered the battlefield. So I would have to use my Werefox at sorcery speed to get Battle Mouse to trigger as well. If I get a double trigger, I can make the Battle Mouse a 4/3. Have it trade into Spellcaster. If I use Battle Mouse on any other creature, it's just attacking as a 3/3. Yeah, I'm not super likely to get the cost reduction benefit from Battle Mouse in the future. Still feel like that's not great for me though, because I do like the +1/+1s. I don't know, we've got like a cut in and follow through with more creatures. Maybe it is fine to just try to wipe their board with what we have. Because if Spellcaster sticks around, we're going to be dealing with 2 2/4s minimum. If they cast any spells. Let's not spend cut in on a 1/3. That's probably needlessly aggressive when I can just play a Werefox. You can see my mono red aggro brain just triggering hard there. Of like, just kill the Alchemist and buff the Spear Guard. Just kill all the blockers. We still have a Witch's Mark in our deck, so we're holding on to the forest. Alright. Got there on the Moldify, let's go, baby. Hey Ingrid, how's it going? This is a very legit hand. Welcome to Sweet Tooth and to Daredevil and to Cuttin'. Large stats for low mana costs. And then when we flood out, we Witch's Mark a land. A Boundary Lands Ranger to draw extra cards too is pretty sweet. Picnic Ruiner hits the board. I've got Return for the Wilds for ramp 2. I could get a food and a land here to get another +1/+1 counter. Might be more impressive than another 1/1 right now. I've got like nothing to bargain into anyway. And then I guess if I had anything to bargain, I can just bargain the food after the Sweet Tooth pops off. Might be extra greedy, but I have a lot of spells in my hand, so I can definitely use the extra mana. And I don't think another 1/1 is as impactful as just another +1/+1 counter. Because I get a +1/+1 and a 1/1 this way. Or not a +1 and a 1/1. A +1/+1 counter and a food this way. So I still have just as much bargain fodder at least. Alright, let's see if they try to flick a coin. Hopefully it's just flick a coin. If it's something bigger, I can't save this. Dang it. I was really hoping for flick a coin, because then we could Daredevil, but I can't Daredevil against Torch the Tower. Yeah, they got him. Goodbye, human. Yeah, things have been alright, Angren. Hope things have been chill for you all as well. We discarding and drawing a card here? I think Flick a Coin's like a little too expensive for right now. And we can just cycle it away for free by doing that instead. Or I go to 10 here. I have 6 life worth of food. I think I can go to 10 to keep my card draw engine out. Well, not card draw, but card selection. Battle Mouse is real. Battle Mouse is very real. So we can play Battle Mouse and cut in the 4/4. 2 counters on whatever I choose. Let's do the Daredevil. Let's start racing, I think. I don't think we're discarding this time. I am at 10. I do need to not die. And this could be double striking. Let's just send in Daredevil. That's still 6 damage. Gives me pretty safe blocks. I think this is fine. I still have Witch's Mark if I draw another land. If I keep Battle Mouse, I can Witch's Mark and Werefox in the same turn really easily. I don't think there's a way to do 10 to me off of just an oof. Maybe there is. I mean, like, double Titanic growth would work. Monstrous Rage is uncool. There's our own, though. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 is not 14. I can't kill them here, so I need to be able to survive. I just want to eat 2 food, see if they can kill me at 11. If I'm at 11, if they buff the Picnic Ruiner again, make it like a 4/4, double strike, I'm pretty dead. I can't kill this though, and it already has trample, so if it ends up getting double strike, I'm gonna mega die. I feel like it's just Monstrous Rage, eat a couple food. I'm gonna hold the blocker up 2 to play it really safe. Double strike trampling Picnic Ruiner? No, they can't. It already has a roll. Thank goodness. Okay. They block there, we trample for 4, and then hit for 2 with the mouse. Oh, the fealty off the top too. I mean, they were already dead on board that way, but fealty off the top made it extra lethal. That is 2-0. 2-0 indeed, heading into game 3. Hey, thanks, John. Or Juan? But it's not spelled like Juan. John ABHGA. Maybe it is spelled like Juan, I don't know. I don't know names very well. I do very bad with pronunciations. But yeah, thanks for the kind words. Glad you're enjoying the YouTube. And thanks for stopping by. No, we gotta hit some lands here, but if we find them, we've got the Hamlet Glutton plays, which will be awesome. Red Cap Thief. Set up some mana, set up some bargain, whatever they want to do. Hey, that's a draw right there. I don't get any attacks in here if I don't kill the thief, but also killing the thief means we're not killing something better with cut-ins. Let's just Edgewall Pack. Still gives me the bargain fodder. And the pack can attack well into the thief. Ooh, that's gross. Goodbye, Edgewall Pack. I will happily trade my 2/2 into their 3/4. Or a combat trick? Oh, it's the first strike combat trick? Wow. Alright. And now we're fine. It's glutton time. I'll have to cast one of these two before I can cast my next glutton. We need another piece of bargain fodder. Alright. Now I need to find another creature to put a roll onto. So I have to just play Daredevil. So I can put a roll onto it to bargain away. Which means we are definitely not trading on blocks if they offer it. Red Cap Thief gives me another way to get a roll. Well, not a roll, but a piece of bargain fodder on the board. I kind of like just going for the cut-in and saving the fealty for whenever they play a big creature. So we hit for 5 here, put them to 12 with a fealty in hand and a glutton coming up next turn. Feels like a really good way to try to race here. And a 3/3 menace is a pretty valuable card to kill. Oh, they've got the Torch to Tower for the Daredevil? No, they were just cracking that there. I was gonna say, if they had the Torch to Tower for the Daredevil, that'd be gross. Maybe they would want to Evolve in Wilds before they did that, so they could scry after they shuffle their deck. Huntsman's Redemption. That's going to let them sack their rats to grab any creature from their deck and put it in their hand, which is very bad for me. Attack with a 6/4. Yeah, we attack with a 6/4 here. They could double block and kill it, or they can go to 6 when I'm going to have a 6/6 trample and a fealty up next turn. Got enough life with my Glutton's life gain to stay aggressive here with this line. I guess they also have to worry about me just having the double strike trick and them just dying on the spot. Yeah, so they do chump block with Totentans. Get another rat. Do I keep this in case I draw like a Witch's Mark or something? Maybe? 6 mana is all I'll need next turn. I guess I could top deck... Well, if I top deck a 4-drop, then I can just play this land anyway. Well, then I wouldn't be able to play a 7th land, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. My brain is still mush. I'll wake up eventually, I swear. What I'm trying to get at is I can't draw a 4-mana card and a 7th land, to where I would need to play both lands next turn to play the 4-mana card. If I draw a 4-mana card, I can still play this land and play 2 3-drops. Oh god. Literally, it's Godric. Off of the Huntsman's Redemption. So they trigger Celebration, they've got a big flying, fire-breathing dragon. And there it is, there's Celebration. I gotta do a lot of math. Steal a Trampler. Wicked roll onto our Trampler. 7. 10 trample damage. They block the 6/4 with a 2/3. Block one of the Tramplers. Take less than lethal. Take 7, go to 5. Then we die to the +2/+2 trample trick. I think they've got us here. I don't think we can kill them. I could steal their Godric and trigger the Celebration. 2 red up, which wouldn't do it. I'd have to spend a red, green, green, green to steal it. Then play a Spear Guard, and I can only Fire Breathe it once. Be 6 damage in the sky. Not lethal. I can't bargain away anything that I steal with the fealty. Yeah, there's no way to lethal them here, so I have to just like hold up blocks. Basically. In which case I probably just die to Celebration. Let's see. Dump the hand and swing. It's not even near lethal though. I steal the Red Cap Thief because of Trample, and then I buff up the Glutton because of Trample. They block a 6/4, take none of that damage. They block the 3/4, take none of that damage, take 7, 8. They survive at 4. I guess I could send a message at least. by doing that. But it's also just conceding, basically. Whereas we might survive this turn. It's not likely, but we might. And if we do, we might be able to find fealty stuff. Oh, Bellowing Bruiser. Well, is what it is. The max damage we can stop here. Take 10. Yeah, if they didn't have a follow-up there, I think we had reasonable blocks. I don't think we just, like, send in the Flunge and hope they just decide not to block anything. Can get a food with Return from the Wilds again. Plays bad against Rat Out and stuff, though. I guess now we'll have a Spear Guard out when the Welcome to Sweet Tooth triggers. Wait, no, we won't, because we play Return on turn 3 and Glutton turn 4. Alright, well, they already rat us out, so we're definitely getting the 1/1 then. No food dreams. Stop it. Get some help. Genealogist, buff up the flyer, that's pretty nice. 2 evasive damage a turn coming on in. Cutting is not very good on these creatures. I guess it's fine on a Spear Guard, and they can't... Or we can't play Hamlet Glutton this turn anyway. Yeah. I have to get a roll on the board to know that I can cast Hamlet Glutton next turn. If I top deck a land, I can play Glutton without bargaining. But this way, if they don't kill Spear Guard, I can just bargain the Young Hero roll. Play the Glutton main phase 2. We could have killed Dream Thief instead, but I like getting extra damage in. And more counters on the Spear Guard. If I killed Dream Thief instead, Spear Guard wouldn't be attacking to have 0 counters from the Young Hero roll by the time that I sacrifice the Young Hero roll. Alright, Ratatouille's chopping up some rats, finding swamps. Ooh, and a Wicked roll onto it, so Spear Guard cannot attack into it. It would attack in as a 3/3 and die. Don't have the mana to play the Boundary Lands Ranger and the Hamlet Glutton here, so... just send that in. There goes Spear Guard, but we get to keep a rat. That's dead on board. To the trample damage. They can stop 6 damage and take 8. Great draw is great. And we are 3-1. Just 1 win away from breaking even in gems. Guaranteed to have 50-50 at worst towards the ranked ladder climb. It's been a really nice deck. I mean, it was just an incredible draft pod. I think it would have been hard to not end up with a pretty good deck out of this draft pod. Really, regardless of the colors we ended up in. There were just a lot of quality cards getting opened up and passed around. We definitely need lands. This could be awkward. If I draw more like 2 mana cards, we probably want to play Battle Mouse first. If I draw a bunch of lands, I think Vanguard first is fine. I guess even if I draw a bunch of 2 mana cards, then I can still play Vanguard now, and then Mouse and another 2-drop the next turn. I don't like the order that I have to do this in, but sometimes that just is how it is. Oh, never mind. The order doesn't matter. The Battle Mouse still triggers. Alright, we're cool. This is insane. That we're gonna cut in, get some +1/+1 counters on something, and then glutton afterwards. I can't glutton next turn because I don't have bargain fodder, so it's not as insane as like turn 4 glutton, but it's still really gross, this amount of damage already on board. Spiteful Hex Mage. That is going to draw them a card, even if it is a cursed roll hitting their board. Very nice with the Lookout. And with Lookout in their deck, they're probably playing plenty of rolls, so they can just put a different roll on the Hex Mage to make it a lot bigger. Find it twisted, fealty. But I'm just going to cut in the Lookout. Yep. Buff the Vanguard. We're just going to trade Vanguards anyway. But I feel like I want to keep Battle Mouse around. Actually, because I need this roll, I should have put it on just like Ruby, I guess? Because how does Ruby work? Attacks while you control a creature's power 4 or greater, so Ruby wouldn't trigger here. But yeah, now they could trade into Vanguard and then I don't have a roll on board anymore, so I actually should have just put it on maybe even the Battle Mouse. I should have put it on the Battle Mouse because we don't attack with Vanguard here because we need the roll to guarantee Glutton next turn. I don't know, Ruby feels like the safest place to put it in terms of having the highest toughness against like Rat Out and stuff. It's definitely not Vanguard because we wanted to attack with Vanguard there. Trading Vanguard for Vanguard would be fine for us. Oh. Please kill the Ruby. Oh, wait, no, don't kill the Ruby. I need double green. I don't know what I want them to kill. I guess Battle Mouse. would be the best for me. They do not kill Battle Mouse. Okay, well I guess it worked out that I didn't put the the roll on Ruby. That's how you do it. It's as simple as that, baby. This is easy as that. Got a Twisted Fealty in hand, so we're definitely setting the Vanguard in. Because whenever I Fealty, I borrow one of their creatures and spend 2 to put Vanguard in hand. In the same turn. They go Hex Mage and one of the triplets for Glutton, and they have 2 6/6s left. If I do that. Yeah, if we can get one up to being a 12/12, we could steal that one. Probably just grow these things on blocks. I don't know if I should be trying to double block the second one or not. Probably not. Fell Horseman. True, we could do this to play around Fell Horseman. Play around any graveyard recursion, really. That is probably better. Just buffing the triplets, it looks like. And flick a coin and fealty. Next combat, try to win off that. The flick a coin doesn't really add much damage, but it does trigger the Battle Mouse at least. So we get to do 1 more damage to their face and get a +1/+1 on that combat. By playing flick a coin and fealty in the same turn, it's 2 permanents on our board. We get demolished by combat tricks here. So we got the fingers crossed that we're just going to be trading into one more triplets. And then stealing. Probably have to double block even. Just to play around like Titanic growth. Guess might as well quadruple block at that point. Just trade into a glutton. They did have graveyard recursion. They were trying to pick up the main triplets. $18 trample damage. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 toughness. 18 minus 12. 6, 7, 8, 9.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Not 14 damage. Still makes them, like, sack the whole board to not die, though. I'm pretty sure. Think it's still the play? I have to put a permanent out right now. Now I can use the monster roll too. Maybe monster roll out of nowhere gets there? I don't know. I don't know. This is 19. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 7,
Together,
8, 9, 10, 11.
we are unstoppable.
Just send it in and see what happens. Thanks for the follows, everybody.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Chef Boyardee, Death Deathly, Draco 044. I think this gets here. Because trample out of nowhere, right? Maybe not quite. Ah! Oh, wicked roll! Wicked roll! Oh my god, let's go, baby. I mean, I guess we weren't dead on the crackback regardless. Because they would only have the 12-12. They just hit us for 12, we go to 5. So we would have, even if we didn't kill them there. Oh, alright.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Get on out of here. Gruff triplets? I am clearly the master of gruff triplets. Do I have the untapped extension working? Apparently it just hasn't been working for a while for a lot of streams, so I don't know. I had it set up and working in the past, but lately it hasn't been functioning. I'll have to dirtle with it again sometime, see if it ever works again. Well, I do get the red source here, it's just not till turn 4. This is pretty slow. Probably supposed to be a mulligan, but I'm gonna grind out a slow one here and just play a turn 4 Edgewall pack. Good about Imidane's Recruiter. We might want to put 1 planes in this deck. Probably not. Probably just use treasure tokens for trained troops. Because I've got like 3 treasure producing cards. I've got a goblin, couple Flicka coins. Your triplets got beaten this morning by Expel the Interlopers. Ouch. Just got board wiped. Hey, there's another red source. Does mean no 4-drop Edgewall pack, but I think that's fine. Because Daredevil's pretty good with the Ruby on board, and it's pretty good with the Boundary Lands Ranger in hand. You're just playing a Grabby Giant? They sure are. And an Emberth Veteran. Well, that's a good blocker for the Daredevil. Could play Ranger and Edgewall pack here. Discard Spearguard to draw a card. I think that's fine. It means no attacks this turn, though. Yeah, I don't think Edgewall pack is super... Or Harried Spearguard is super good on this board. So let's just swap it out. Probably swap that out too soon enough. We might just be trying to get really wide and then just give everybody +1/+0. If I have like 7 more creatures than they have blockers, that probably kills them, because they're all hitting for like 3 apiece on average. We've got 2 Flick a Coin and 1 Redcap Thief. So we have 3 white sources for 1 white adventure. They're not full white sources though, but also a white adventure isn't like a full-on white card either. Because Recruiter's still good without the troops. Just a nice bonus when we get those treasures. But yeah, I was considering that. Like, maybe we do put A planes in the deck, because we have double return. Good lord. Hey, paint cans.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Alright, block 2 creatures. They go block a 5/2 and a 4/4. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's not 20. And then we die. This thing has trample. Dying to like any combat trick. Okay. Feel like I'm still getting damage in here. With Recruiter. I just don't know what I'm supposed to hold up on blocks here. They're red-whites. It's not like they have Titanic growth. They could have like the double strike trick that would basically kill me no matter what. Maybe I just block everything that doesn't have trample and hope for the best. Just keep some 1/1s to go chump there, chump there. If I just go for an attack with everybody, I think I'm dead, right? Can they survive without losing both their creatures? Actually, no, they can't, can they? Right? Because they have to block like here and take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They can take more than 16 damage. So they could just not block Ruby, and then they have a 5-4 and a 2-3. And they can use the treasure to put a royal roll. If I attack everyone, I'm dead, if they find it. Because they can chump something with the Embereth Veteran and put the roll onto the Thief. So the Thief just blocks a 2-1. They take 6, 11, no, 6, they block that. Oh wait, no, they don't block that if they do that. Hold up. Wait, yeah, no. Sorry. Math is crazy, but they can survive and put a hero roll onto Redcap Thief. Because they can chump there, block a 2-1 for free, take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, go to 2 life. They're at 2 life, they crack back for 5 there and 3 there and kill me. So if I attack everyone, if they can find it, they can make a block that just survives and kills me on the crackback, regardless of what's in their hand. So I hold up the 1/1s, so this forces them to have like a combat trick or something to buff the giant at least. And then they're still, like, if they don't kill us next turn, they're still gonna die on the crackback. A turn after this. Probably. Basically, most likely, like, we die on their next attack, or they die on our next attack. Looks like they had another combat trick. Is it just another Monstrous Rage? Oh, the Archon's Glory for flying and lifelink? Yikes, that's Exactsies. And they gain 1,000,000 life. Alright. No, 4 and 2. Do not have the 5th win yet. I would like to get at least 5 wins. Be up in gems. I think this deck can do it. That was just such a swing that early turn with the cheeky House Mouse. So we had 0 legal blocks. They just went like House Mouse and Monstrous Rage and something else and hit us for like 10. That was wild. I need to draw 1 land. If I draw 1 land, this hand will be excellent. If I do not draw 1 land, it will be very bad. Come on, show me the mana, baby. Show me the mana. Oh, dear. I guess I could still put that on there. Just for 1 more damage. Definitely not trying to do that on blocks. There's a lot of 3 mana cards that single-handedly trigger Celebration. Okay. Show me the mana. Oh, no. Now there is a 2/2 to block here, and we gotta try to play the long game. Because we need to extend the game long enough to draw more lands, at least. Our opponent's also stuck on mana, but probably not as bad in a non-green deck. Tangled Colony.
We are unstoppable.
That is horrific. Thanks for the follow, Admin404 and Obamo. Obamobo? Obamo. Would I rather have a monster roll or a wicked roll? I don't think it really matters.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Yeah, I think we got a pitch cut in. Ouchie. Our opponent has not drawn a third land either. But, again, they're not green, so... Oh, dear. Yeah. I have to take 3 every turn, or I have to trade in that and give them 3 1/1s to beat me down with. That also can't be blocked well, because they've got the Ratter. I think because they have the Ratter, I kind of have to just take the 3, right? If it weren't for Ratter, we might just do the trade. The Ratter makes it so horrible for us, because then we just never find blocks on the Rat tokens. Well, 1/1 against the 3/1 feels pretty good. I need mana, so I think I have to return from the wilds. But if I redcap Thief, I do have my best blocker for Tangled Colony, at least. So they only get 2 rats instead of 3. But, again, return gives me a good blocker for Minstrosity. And sets up to maybe cast 2 spells next turn, which is a big, big, big deal. I'm gonna go for the return. It's very, very close. They found land 3. Although we like tied on our mana, we found land 3 at the same time. Opponent has plenty of options, 6 non-land cards in hand. Oh my god. The Bellowing Bruiser it is. We did hit land 5, so I can just glutton sacking the roll here, and then I have a 2/2 oof to trade into Colony. I've got a 6/6 to block a Ratter or something, and I'm at 8 with a 1/1 to trade into Minstrosity. The alternative, if I want to play 2 spells in 1 turn, it would be like flick a coin the 3/1 and drop a 2/3 Thief or something. But I figure it's gotta be Glutton. We hit land 4 at the same time too. I have 5 lands, but that's because I tutored for 1. We're just twinsies with our opponent. We are the Spider-Man meme. Could you imagine if their hand is just like 6 copies of Bellowing Bruiser and they just keep shutting off the blocks? Opponent just can't stop. Just can't stop beating it. Can't stop beating a path. Stab Wound is very not okay. That is horrendous. at 8 life here. Take an extra 2 damage. The beginning of our upkeep every turn now. And the rat out for the 1/1, which triggers the celebration, but no attacks. If they send in a team, block, take 5. If they send in a team, would be at like 1 now. I think that would have been fine. This looks very over. I can flick a coin of Monstrosity and play Redcap Thief for the best 2 blocks possible. I can cut in my own Glutton so it doesn't shoot me anymore, but then I died all their creatures. I guess it's like flick a coin Redcap Thief. Feels like the play. Find another Glutton? Maybe that'll help. And play that next turn. As much as I'd like the Glutton to die, they'll just not block and then attack with everybody and kill me. So in theory, sending in the Glutton just so they like double block and kill it would be cool, but they'll just not double block and kill it. Okay, now I have to shoot a Gutter Dweller to not die to that, but I don't have time to do that and play Glutton. So then I just die to Stab Wound. Yeah. If I cut in and play a 2/2, I have 4 blockers at essentially 2 life because Stab Wound. 4 blockers is block, 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 block. They hit me for 2. I go to dead. So if I cut in the Gutter Dweller and then they all attack, we're dead. If I Glutton instead, I'm at 7 with 4 blockers up. Which is still just dead, because the Gutter Dweller has Menace as a 4/4. So I'd have to double block that, which would then mean I only have 2 blockers up for the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 damage plus 2 would be 7. Dead either way, but slightly less dead playing a Hamlet Glutton. Because that math that put me to 0 was accounting for them having a 4/4 Redcap Dweller and as many rats as they currently had. So now we could actually like double block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4. Stab Wound puts us to 1. And we're still alive for 1 more turn. Again, there's like no line to victory here, but it on board we have 1 more turn.
Together, we are unstoppable.
With the Bruiser on an adventure here, since they did hit their 5th land, they can just Bruiser and attack all, and that's it. Thanks for the follow, Wishmaster. Sorry I missed that. And I do not know how to pronounce that one. Jana Bahuga? Juana Bahuga? If they attacked all, we'd just be dead right now, so we are living on borrowed time now. I've got a witch we have to kill too. We need to kill a witch and a Redcap Gutter Dweller. Guess the witch is slightly more important than Gutter Dweller, actually. Awkwardly. Opponent would have to play monumentally loose for us to get any traction here. But who knows? Who knows? Let's do our best. Yep, put us to 3. They only have to get 1 damage in on board now. So it would be very hard for them to miss lethal this turn. Because they have lethal on board. Question is if they do it or not, if they do the attack. Vermin. It would be getting more and more surprising if they didn't just attack with everybody at this point. Because of Tattered Ratter, that actually does 5 damage if we block it and kills our Hamlet Glutton. But then we give them 4 rats. And that's still the best I can do. We can't keep this Hamlet Glutton around. That is 2 turns in a row now. Our opponent could have lethaled because we were tapped out. So extra borrowed time, baby. Monstrous Rage. 3 life now. What are the odds they don't go for the lethal all attack next turn? Monumentally low now, right? 11 creatures to like 5 blockers max? There's no world in which they're not going to just attack us with everybody and kill us. Now. So we just flunge at this point, right? I imagine so. Yeah, even with how scared our opponent has been playing so far, I feel like it is just no one on the face of the earth would not just attack with everybody this turn. Do 11 damage total. Okay, this is 2 to 2. This is 2 to 5. This is 3 to 2. So it's actually more damage to give this the plus and the trample than it is to put the rage on the glutton, but it's still not lethal. I guess I can put this thing in my hand. Yeah, they've got the food too. All right. Well, that was a rough one. We dug real far for land 3, but it still took a little too long for us to find it. It took our opponent just as long, but they didn't cast any card draw to try to find it. And they're not a deck that needs mana as much as ours is. They are just an aggro deck where actually hitting a low land count is probably beneficial in the long run. So that's how things are going to go. Still think we dragged that one out about as best as we could. We survived against onboard lethal like 2 turns in a row. So 4 and 3.